Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and today I'm doing a quick review for Trash Sailors on Xbox. Let's take a look. Trash Sailors is a game where the world is flooded by a giant trash tsunami. But thankfully, you're on this raft made of trash, and there's tons of trash around to build it up, keep it going, and basically allow you to float around the world. Now, you're able to recycle this junk into fuel, spare parts for your raft, and even weapons. And you'll have to keep your raft going in a variety of different environments and levels, from swamp crocodiles coming up trying to get you. You've got to avoid toxic sharks, bats that attack you in the night, Arctic pirates, and much, much more. Now, the game features a hand-drawn aesthetic, and it has up to 4-player local co-op. So, what did I think of this game? Honestly, I highly recommend, if you are going to play this game, you play it in co-op. Now, you can play it solo, however, that involves you playing as a human and one extra robot companion, which you can basically set to do a couple of mundane tasks like fish or drive the boat, etc. Now, the problem with this game is, though, it also gives you the option to have 2 humans as a single player, but if you choose 2 humans, one of them just stands there doing nothing and you have to sort of switch between them, kind of like Overcooked, where one would do nothing if you're not using them, basically. So you have to sort of pick and choose how you're going to use these humans. But in multiplayer, the game I found was much more fun. I found the game extremely frustrating single player. It's a great concept. Like, I love the art style. It looks like a sort of kids novel, like a kids sort of storybook that you would see at the library or something like that. But the game, like, mechanics themselves are pretty lacking. It sort of falls apart in the gameplay, which is, it's just a shame, because like the setting's great, the idea's great. You can upgrade your raft, so you collect junk and you process it in this sort of container. It pumps out rubbish, which you can then use to repair your ship and fuel your ship and stuff like that. Now, you also get the screws, and these screws are used as a currency. Now, the currency can then be used in between levels to basically buy clothing for your characters, which you don't need, but it's just nice. Cosmetic upgrades for your raft, and also sort of proper upgrades for your raft, so you can have like better engines, so you've got more fuel, health packs in case you need to heal, better lights, weapons, all that sort of stuff you get to sort of improve as you go, which is great. But when you're playing, you're basically having to set the raft off, keep it moving. While it's moving, avoid the obstacles, while also fishing and for rubbish, and then using that rubbish to make more junk, that can be actually used for the right purposes on your ship for repairs and stuff. Now, your machine gives you 3 options, and if you collect those 3 things, you get like better items when you process them. However, trying to get those 3 is absolutely shocking. Now, when you're solo, you set your little robot off. He can either fish for you and he just fishes away, or you can set him to drive the boat, but you still have to steer it. He doesn't auto steer, he just goes forward. Now, the game really could have used a brake button. Like, once you start the engine off, until you run out of fuel, you can't brake, which is fine in the earlier levels, but in the later levels there's a lot of obstacles you have to avoid, other ships, like building, garbage, stuff like that, and you end up, you're fishing for an item, you crash, you drop your item, you have to then repair your ship, you crash again, and it just gets very frustrating, which is a shame, because I wanted to like this game. It looks great, and I love the premise, but the way it plays, especially in single player, is atrocious. Now, you can collect maps as well as like chests and stuff like that, like safes which have more money in, and these maps give you extra items and stuff like that. But if you miss them, that's it until you replay the level. There are plenty of levels and also like hardcore levels as well to go back to, but honestly, I wouldn't recommend this if you are playing it single player. Later on, especially when you're getting attacked by enemies that are like, you have to shoot with cannons and stuff, and there's like crocodiles attacking you and everything, it just becomes just way too much. For a player, this game's probably a breeze. Like, it's fun, it's probably enjoyable. You've got someone fishing, you've got people on either side sort of attacking and defending and repairing, you've got one driving. But solo, I can't recommend it. It's just not enjoyable at all for me, unfortunately. Now, the game does do, like I say, the art style, the sound style, and everything's great. But it should be like a multiplayer only game. It's got a tacked on single player with this little robot that helps you, but it hinders you more than it helps you. And also, like, you're having to like do a lot of things at once, but you'll press A to sort of go up a ladder, but then you end up pressing something totally different because everything's so close together on the raft, which is really, really annoying at times, especially when you're trying to hurry up and do something. Trash Sailors was released on the 8th of November 2022, developed by Flucky Machine and published by tinybuild, and I was lucky enough to be sent a review copy of this game, so big thank you for that. It's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. It's priced at £16.74 normally, but right now, as this video goes live, there's a handful of days left where you can pick it up at £10 and 4p, so that's a £6.70 saving. I highly recommend this game if you've got friends to play it with. There is no online multiplayer, so you have to play it local split screen, which is the big downside to it. It's a game that really requires multiplayer to be enjoyable, but it doesn't have any online multiplayer options, unfortunately. So bear that in mind if you're going to buy this game. It looks great, it's a great premise, just the gameplay elements and the sort of gameplay loop aren't enjoyable at all in single player, and I can't recommend it for anyone who's not playing it with friends. So just bear that in mind. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now.